Finally, having knocked Koopa Jr. out of the palace in Pipe Rock Plateau, it's time to get out in the broader world of the Flower Kingdom. If this is the first video you're seeing in this series, I'm playing Super Mario Wonder in Japanese as part of my ongoing quest to learn how to read in this complicated language. For this game, I'm collecting kanjis as they appear in the text and adding them to my virtual dictionary. I'm basing my numbering and general definitions on the Complete Guide to Japanese Kanji compiled by Christopher Seeley and Kenneth G. Henschel. It covers the 2,136 Joho kanji commonly taught in schools. So far, the Pipe Rock Plateau has given us 213 entries from the list, plus 2 additional ones not included in my dictionary. Each time we encounter text, I'll provide the phonetic translation as it would be said in Japanese, then a word-for-word translation, and finally my interpretation of the intended meaning as we would say in English. For the kana text, I'll be using black or white for hiragana characters depending on the background color, brown for katakana characters, and blue for the kanji. Now let's start exploring this new territory. This message says, Omedetou gozaimasu. A pretty long word. Omedetou means congratulations. Gozaimasu is a suffix added to make a word more polite or reverent. Similar to arigato, which means thank you, arigato gozaimasu is more like thank you very much. Looks like this is denoting an achievement. The katakana spells out dokan roku, or clay pipe rock, followed by the kanji pair higen for plains. Since this is the name of the first world, we've seen it a lot in the previous videos. The next katakana string spells out wande shido, also wonder seed. The particle o follows that, telling us that some kind of action involves the wonder seeds. The next hiragana spells out subete, which means all. So all the wonder seeds. The last word on the first line uses a mix of hiragana and kanji to spell teni remeshita. The first kanji, te, means hand, and the second kanji, I, means to put in hand or get. The mashita suffix makes it all past tense. So, teni iremashita means got. You got all the wonder seeds in the clay pipe plains. The last line starts with another kanji pair. This one is new for this game. As you can see from the furigana, it's pronounced kinen. The first kanji, ki, only has the one on reading and no kun readings. It means chronicle. So if you see it a lot when talking about journalism or periodicals. The next one, nen, is also using its sole on reading and has no kun reading. It means thought or concern. Together, they mean chronicle thought or memorial. In this case, kind of a memento. We then have the particle ni, giving some action, 100 flower coins, and the o particle again. And lastly, some more katakana spelling out presento, or present. We are being presented with 100 flower coins as a memento of our achievement. Florian is back in tour guide mode. Kono, meaning this, and the kanji saki, meaning next, then the particle wa for a subject. This next, or up ahead. Katakana, furawa, for flower, then a kanji pair, ukuku, meaning kingdom. The particle no means the next thing belongs to the kingdom. This kanji pair is pronounced chushin. We know the first kanji, chu, means inside or middle. The next one is new for us in this game. We're using its on reading of shin, and it has a kun reading of kokoro. It means heart. Chushin, therefore, in this case, means the heart or center of the kingdom. Furawa again. And then the last word, shoto desu. We know that the to ending in this pair means island, but the sho is another new one. Sho is using the on reading, but its kun reading is moro. It means many or various. So basically, many islands are an island group. The flower islands are the heart of the flower kingdom. Sa! Come on! Then we have more katakana spelling out kupa. The o particle means kupa is the object of our sentence. Kanji o means pursue or chase. The full word, oe kakamesho, is an imperative form. Let's chase Koopa. Now we get to see the bigger world map. Most of the areas are marked with question marks, but we can see World 1, the clay pipe plains, and the flower islands are labeled. And now we have the flower islands little title screen flashing up, and we can start wandering around. Wa. So again, Koopa is our subject. Kuchini, this way or over here, and then we get a new kanji again. This is a super common one, ki. It has an on reading of rai, but it is more commonly used with the kun readings of ki or ku. It means come. The ta makes it past tense, so came. He ends with hazudeska, supposed to or should. Koopa should have come this way. Now Florian has noticed something shocking. Ah! Arewa. Are means that over there. Wa marks it as a subject. What is that? Foo. Hehehe. These katakana are an onomatopoeia representing an evil snicker. Then we have kono. This or these. Japanese doesn't differentiate singular or plural the way English does. Then we get another new kanji. This one is kumo, or cloud. It also has an on rating of un. The next katakana spells out hakun. This is the Japanese name for the always ubiquitous piranha plant that's been with us since the earliest days of Mario Brothers. The ga particle makes the piranha plant clouds our subject. Ga is used in place of wa when the subject is being introduced for the first time. Then we have areba. Are, as we discussed, means the thing over there. Adding a ba makes it conditional, if that thing is over there. Then we have the kanji dare, meaning who. The mo ending makes it negative, so who becomes no one. Now we have a new kanji again, chika, in the word chikadzuke. This one has an on reading of kin and a kun reading of chika. It means near. Chikadzuke means get closer. The ending katakana says shimai, a negative form of do, so don't. If these piranha plant clouds are there, no one can get close, presumably not even our hero Mario. Sa, come on. Don, more and more. Then we have the kanji atsu. This one means gather, atsumare, gather together. Then the katakana spells out wonder power. Come on, gather up more and more wonder power. Now it's gloating time. Kono chikarade, this power with, or with this power. Then the kanji cho. You might remember this one means mega or ultra. It's amping up what follows. The katakana spells out big or big. The na lets us know we're using the big as an adjective. Then more katakana spelling out wonder, so we're dealing with an ultra big wonder. The o particle means there'll be some kind of action associated with the wonder. Now we've hit yet another new kanji, o, in the word okoshi. Its meaning is a little more abstract, but it essentially means to cause something to happen. Okoshi, in this case, means something like beginning or awakening. We've seen the next kanji pair before, sekai, the world. The o particle makes the world our object. The next katakana spells out wagahai, which is a super arrogant form of watashi. The no particle marks ownership, so my, mono means thing, ni means to, suru means do. The world my thing to do, or the world will be mine. Noda is written in katakana for emphasis, but it's basically a verbal exclamation point in this context. This is sort of a muttered epithet. Damn or shoot. Nanto means what? It can also be used to express surprise or dismay, kind of like a wow. After that comes a new kanji for our list, oso in the word osoroshi. The on reading for this one is kyo, and oso is the kun reading. It means fear or awe. Osoroshi means frightful or terrible. Koto means thing, and the o particle makes that thing our object. What a terrible thing, or more simply, how terrible. The next kanji pair we've seen before, itai, what in the world? It's sort of an expression of exasperation or of being overwhelmed. Do sureba is a compounded word made up of do for how, suru do, and the ba end makes it conditional. What are we going to do? Grand Seed pops out and surprises Florian. Oh yeah, oh my. Korewa, this? Or what is this? Stupid didn't like that. Kumo Pakunga, the piranha plant cloud. As usual, ga is the particle marking the cloud as our subject. He gives us yet another new kanji here, suitora reta. We're using the kun reading of su. It also has an on reading of q. The sui part of the word means inhale. The tora part means take, and then reta means it is past tense. The cloud was sucked up. The dato ending marks the action as complete, was. Then he gives a little curse. Bakana, stupid or ridiculous. Itai again, in the world. Nani means what. The o particle makes the unknown what, our object. And then chita, past tense for do, so did. It's written in katakana, kind of the way we might use all caps in English to yell. What in the world did you do? Imi no wa. That kanji means now. Altogether, that means something like just now. The katakana spells out grand seed with the no particle, meaning the following item belongs to the grand seed. Chikara, strength or power. That now, was that the power of the grand seed? Naruhodo, I see. Sora naraba, that be if. Or in that case. Doka, please. Then onagaides, I beg you. And then we have katakana spelling out grand seed and the particle O, making the grand seed the object. Isho, as we've learned, means together, and the ni particle gives us action, so two. Sigashte, search, and kudasai, please again. So please, let's search for the grand seeds together. No one will say that Japanese doesn't provide a lot of opportunity for deference. 3 forms of please in a single sentence. Lots of katakana that we can just read to start this one. Grand seed wa flower okoku. Grand seeds are our subject. The flower kingdom is our object. The kanji starting the second line is mamo, to protect. Mamote, kureru, means give. The grand seeds give protection to the flower kingdom. Toyu is a common turn of phrase, which means it is said or it is called. The next pair is new for our list. Tokubetsuna. The first kanji, toku, only has one on reading. It means special. When paired up with betsuna, they together still mean special, but perhaps with a greater sense of being apart from the other things. Betsu also has a kun reading of waka. It means different or special as well. The na makes it the specialness an adjective. Finally, we come to takara monodes. We have seen the first kanji, takara, before, meaning treasure. This time, though, we're adding mono. This is such a common kanji, I just can't believe we got this far without seeing it. It's catch-all for thing. This is using a kun reading, but it has the own readings of butsu and motsu, so treasure thing. Then we add the des to give it an is. The grand seeds are treasures that protect the flower kingdom. Sono chikara de, that power with, or with that power, kupa o, the O making kupa the object of the sentence. Japanese people really do have to plan out what they're going to say. Mamote, again, for protect, and then iru for there is. Kumo pakun, the cloud piranha plants. O again for another object. So with that power, we need to do something with the piranha plant clouds. Tori sari masho. We've learned that tori is take. Tori sari masho, let's take away or get rid of. Masho makes it have an imperative form. With the power of the grand seeds, let's get rid of the piranha plant clouds. Perhaps a halfway experienced gamer would have worked this out on their own, but just in case, Florian explains that if we can get rid of the rest of those piranha plant clouds, we can get to Koopa. Ano, or that over there, Kumo Pekun, piranha plant clouds. Then the O particle, again making the clouds the object of the sentence. Tori sareba, tori to get, sare to leave, ba to make it conditional, altogether means if you get rid of. Then Koopa with the particle no, again denoting ownership, Togoro, place. So Koopa's place, or the place where Koopa is. The particle ni adds action, so to Koopa's place. After that is Tadori Tsukaru. This means to struggle to, or to get somewhere with effort. Hazudes, again, means ought to or should be. We should be able to get to Koopa if we can get rid of those piranha plant clouds. Mario is on board. Yatta! Yay! Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you very much. Florian is now showing me the map of the Flower Kingdom and indicating where I should go next, although it seems that I'll need a few Wonder Seeds to open up the way. So to kimeriba. Once decided if, and then another new kanji. This video has been a bonanza. This one is kita, using its kun reading. Its own reading is hoku. It means north. The no particle indicates ownership, so in this case, something is to the north. The katakana spells out moku moku. That seems to mean smoky or something like that. Fluff fluff peaks is what this is called when playing in English. The next kanji pair is made up of a couple we've seen already. Ko, meaning tall or high, and zan, meaning mountain. I'm getting tall, cloudy mountain is my best translation of the name. The O particle means we're doing something with the mountain. Mezashimosho, 2 new kanjis in this word. The first one, me, means I or look. Its own reading is moku, and it also has a kun reading of ma, in addition to me. The za part means finger or point. Its own reading is shi, and its kun readings are yubi and sa, altered to za, as s sounds often are in the second syllable. As a gamer, a common way to see this kanji is in yubiwa, for a ring. Together, we have Musashi, which means aim for. As usual, the Misho ending makes it an imperative form, making it let's aim for. We are heading to the tall, cloudy mountain in the north. Looks like he has some intel. The first character in this text box is yet another new kanji. Cho, using its own reading. Its kun readings are itadaki, or just itada. It means top or crown. The jo following that indicates up, so the tippy top. The ni gives us some action, so at in this case. Aru, there is. The katakana spells out barasu for palace, and then another ni particle, but for this one, based on context, is more like in. Katakana for grand seed, and then the particle ga, making the grand seed our subject. Aru again for there is. Then we end off with the now familiar hazudes, should be. There should be a grand seed in the palace up top. Now that all that explaining is done, we can actually take off the leash and start moving around. See the little roads open up? But I guess we should see what this little signpost has to say. A little mapping recap. Furawa Shotu, or the Flower Islands, then the wa particle, making the islands our subject. Furawa Okoku, the Flower Kingdom, and then the no particle, meaning the next thing is a property of the kingdom. Doman Naka, middle of. So as Florian already told us, the Flower Islands are the center of the Flower Kingdom. Okoku no, so the kingdoms. And then the next kanji pair starts with a new one, followed by chi, which means ground or earth. The first one is kaku, meaning using its own reading. Its kun reading is ono. It means each, so each ground or everywhere. The katakana spells out gururi, which means round and round or circular motion. To means and or with, and tsunagu means to tie. Everywhere is tied together by a circle. The last compound word starts with a kanji for our list, umi, which is its kun reading. Its own reading is kai. Then we have the no particle and michi for road. Umi no michi, sea road. The sea road is a ring road that connects everywhere in the Flower Kingdom. Kokara, here from, or from here. Kitani, north to. Susumu, to, continue or progress. Then the Mokumoku Kozan desu, tall mountain is. From here, continue north to the cloudy tall mountain. Urawa Shoto to, Flower Islands with, Kekuchi no, everywheres, Tsunagari wa, connections. The Flower Islands connections with everywhere else. And then we get a new kanji pair started by a new kanji. The word is zentai. We know the second part, tai, means body. The first one is zen. We're using its own reading. It has kun readings of mata and su. It means whole or all. Together, we get whole body, and we can understand that to basically mean whole. Then we have katakana spelling out mapu, or map. The o particle means some action will involve the map. Miru, to see, so that'll be the action. And to, for with. Wakari means understood. Yasui des. Yasui means easy, and the des form gives us is. It is easy to understand the connections between the Flower Islands and all the other areas by looking at the whole map. And now, some instructions on how to see what's what. Elde, L4, the katakana spells out kosu risto, or course list, then hiretai, opened, and ato, after. The course list will open after pushing L. Then XO, so action associated with the X button, osu to, push and, zentai mappa again, so the whole map, mi rarames, you see, or see can. You can see the whole map by pressing the X button. This easily missed title is another little kanji goldmine. 3 of them, all new for our list. The first word, as you can see from the furigana, is tsurisuki. The tsuri part uses the kun reading too. It also has an on reading of cho. It means fishing, and in some cases also change, as in coins. The second part, suki, is using one of the kanji's kun readings. The other one is kono. Its own reading is ko. It means like or good. Tsurisuki, therefore, means fishing like or fishing enthusiast. The no particle makes the next item a property. The katakana spells out poplin or poplin. So we have a poplin that loves to fish. Another no particle giving us the property of the poplin. The last kanji is ia. It can also be pronounced ya. Its own readings are ka and ke. It means house, so in all, it means house of the poplin that loves to fish. In we go. Poplin houses sure look like they all use the same decorator, right down to the extremely limited furnishings. An oversized treasure chest and a potted plant. Poplins must just love standing and lying on a hard floor. Ugh, Aitsu. This means that guy, and I expect his tone would make it casually a rude reference. Although Aitsu can also be used in a close and respectful way depending on context and manner. Seira. This means that the preceding element is responsible for something. Because of. So that guy made something bad happen. Then ding, a kanji for the list. Sakana. This one has an on reading of gyo and another kun reading of uo, but I think sakana is the most common. It means fish, as in the swimming creature, not the activity this time. The ga particle means we are going to be talking about the fish. Then a second kanji for the list. Ni, or niga. It means escape or run away. We know that because the ta ending is past tense. The chata form indicates that the action was regrettable. He's sad that the fish have gone elsewhere. Then we have the negative form of tsu that we just saw in the title caption. Fishing becomes not fishing. Because of that guy, the fish have all gone, and he can't do any of the fishing that he loves. Florian oozes sympathy. Kawaii so ni, you poor thing. Sonani, so much. Shiareta, this is an expression of regret. I'm so sorry. Then finally, shimata. This adds a sense of completeness. So I think its basic meaning is that Florian's regret for the poplin is absolute. Demo, but or however, watashi tachi ga. The tachi suffix makes for plural, so watashi changes from I to us or we. Then the ga particle means we're talking about ourselves. The katakana gives us kupa, and the o particle means we're going to do something to kupa. Nantoka, something or somehow. Suriba, if we do. Then kito adds certainty, surely. Then the kanji for sakana or fish again, and the particle mo. Mo typically means also, so the fish as well. Modote, return or come back. Kimas means to come, and then the yo particle serves as a bit of a verbal exclamation point. If we do something about Koopa, surely the fish will come back. The fisher poplin is stunned. He has a little bit of a stutter and says, Honto de? This kanji pair we've seen before. Honto means true. The de suffix functions as an is, and the ka is a verbal question mark. True is, or we might just say, really? Poplin is overjoyed. It seems like their flowers open up whenever they're excited. Ureshikute, I'm so happy. Then a new kanji in the word omowazu. Omo is the kun reading. Its own reading is shi. It means think or thought. The wazu suffix means without, so without thinking. Then another new kanji in the word saichen. This kanji has a single kun reading of sa and no on reading. It means bloom. The form saicha makes it active and present, blooming. Imashita is the past form of is, so was. I was so happy I just bloomed without thinking. Sora! That's right, or oh yeah! Then this next kanji is mukashi. It means past or long ago. It's got own readings of seki and shaku. That is followed by tsureta, so fishing in the past tense, or fished or caught in this context. Kono means this. Then we have katakana for wonder seed. The o particle means we're going to do something with wonder seed. Then he finishes with dozo, please. The connotation of this dozo is take it. Similar to how in English, if we're really being polite and formal, we might offer something to someone with the word please in a gesture to take it. It avoids the perception of demanding that they take it. Now for a little wonder seed lore. Wonder seed in katakana followed by te. The use of te is a slightly more informal version of the wa particle. The poplin is letting us know we're going to be talking about the wonder seed. Then more katakana gives us warudo for world and the suffix goto. Goto ni, in this case, is telling us that the wonder seed and the world have a relationship with each other, so for each world, something relating to the wonder seed changes. The next kanji, iro, is interesting. In this case, it means color, but when doubled up, as it often is, it means various. The ga particle means that we are now adding color as a topic. The next kanji is a new one, chiga in chigata. It has an on reading of I, and it means to differ. The chigata form means different. Then another little katakana set spelling out kire with a na added to make it an adjective. Beautiful. And this meaning is it's really just a more personable version of des. So the yo, ne, adds some emphasis, but no further actual meaning. And the flower gives us a nice little parroting, dozo! Please take it. So that's a pretty easy wonder seed to get. And now we'll just do our little save, as happens every time, and Finally, about to go and take on the actual level that we plan to play for this particular video. This title has a few little bits of wordplay. In the English mode, it's just called Leaping Smackerel. For the Japanese, the title is a little fuller. Den. This is supposed to represent a kind of slapstick funny sound. Then we have tobideru. We've seen this word before. It basically means to pop out. Haiden is the Japanese name for the smackerel. According to the Mario Wiki, the name Haiden is a mashup of the English word hide and then the word den for that funny sound. It hides, then smack, it gets you. I guess that first word correlates with that theory. Then we have no to make the next word something that belongs to the smackerels, nawabari, territory. We are venturing into the territory of those hiding and smacking smackerels. Here's the level tip about wall jumping. We start with katakana, spelling kabe, or wall. Then the word suberi, which means slip. The kanji after that is chu, in or during, so while slipping. Then be de, or be with. Katakana for jump, suru to do, and to for and. Then more katakana, kabe kiku, or wall kick. So with the B button, we can perform a wall kick while slipping down the wall. Then we have itsumo, which means every time or always. After that is the wa particle, making the always our subject. The kanji for go is next in the word ikenai. The nai is negative, so can't go. Tokoro means place, ni means to, places we can't go. Then we have ikeru, the positive form, so can go. Kamo, maybe. By doing the wall kick, we might be able to go somewhere we normally couldn't go. Alright, a new level. Another friendly flower welcoming me into a bit of a chaos, I guess, with friends like these. I can see why a friendly face would be nice. Everybody loves the swimming levels in Mario. It's kind of neat that you can actually jump on a fish while swimming. That's new. These guys are different. And flammable. Like an easy trick to get down here. Just let this guy chew up the big blocks. And got myself trapped in the corner. Oopsie. So it turns out smackerels are not friendly. Or heathens, whatever we want to call them. Alright, back to fire. Ooh, that seems useful. Lets me climb down through the current there. Suppose I'd probably get something if I get all these phantom coins, but that was a miss. At least I already got the purple coin in there, so hopefully it wasn't too big a deal. So many coins. And a second checkpoint. Guess that means it's a long level. But just like that. Ooh, a really big one of these guys. Seems like this giant fish is going to be needed to get all these little, I guess, wonder flower coins, whatever they're called. Doesn't seem straightforward, if maybe a little cumbersome. Ooh, that was close. I think that gave me access to everything I need. Here's the final one. And sure enough, there's my Wonder Seed. Let's get this world back to normal. I agree, that was surprising. And then the long and twisty pipe. Oops. Well, no wonderful for me on this flag. Sure, I'll turn around and get it next time. But that's it for this video. It was a long one, but stay tuned. I think the next one will probably be a little quicker. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you soon.